Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the exciting Division 2 Round 9 match on T8. I'm All-Star Punk 99 here at BFNations, along with the King and ChaosZake on the stream. How you doing, King?
I'm fine. Are you doing today?
I am excellent. I am buzzing. I cannot wait to see this match. Argon Forest coming at you. It's going to be very interesting to see how we do here with Fifth Dimension eSports versus GUARDsWAR. We're going to be playing on an EU server right now due to latency issues. So we've got GUAR versus 5D. GUAR is South African and 5D is in the US. How do you feel about this match coming up now and the previous performance of these teams?
We've seen that the Fifth Dimension is quite good, but GW as well, the GUARDsWAR, is a pretty tough team as well. And I mean, it's quite, how can we say, equal at the moment. We don't really know who's the best. I don't think they've played against each other. So, it will be probably the first match, and we'll see who's the best. Because as you can see at the classement right now, the GUARs are in the 4th position, and then the Fifth Dimension, obviously, it's on the 5th position. But yeah, we don't really know who's gonna win because they are quite the same team in terms of skills and strategy. But yeah, definitely will be an interesting match considering the map that we're going to play on, so Argon Forest, and also the fact that it is a frontline.
That's right, T8 frontline. With this being GUARDsWAR's GUAR's 8th match played, and this will be 5D's 9th match played, right? Very close in the win-loss ties. GUAR with 5 wins, 2 losses, and 0 ties, and 5D with 5 wins, 3 losses, 0 ties. So 5D with 1 more loss than GUAR, obviously making the difference in the standings, as King mentioned earlier, with GUAR in 4th place and 5D in 5th place.
Exactly. Yeah, it's quite I can say the way that they need to be, they are in the 5th place, and it is the 5th dimension,
Yeah. Let's not hope they stay in the 5th dimension. Let's say they move up to the 1st dimension. I think that's everybody's goal here. And let's hope they do their best and give us a good show tonight. Welcome to everybody in the stream as well. Thank you for joining us. Remember to check how many battle coins you have and start putting those coin bets in, or maybe waiting a bit if you're undecided. That's what I tend to do.
Mm-hmm. And
got plenty of stuff in the store for you. I'm still working towards that front pack. Shame.
It is good, by the way.
I should have it by now.
I had it, and it's amazing. I like the way that they managed to do the dog tags, the pins, and also the top hat.
The top hat was that.
I mean, yeah,
hat. I would love a BFNations top hat. I would be rocking that like Abraham Lincoln or a magician. Just a nice big tall top hat, stovetop hat. That would be brilliant.
Will be indeed.
It would be amazing. And then like a monocle and a mustache and a nice penguin coat and whatever you call it. I would be very posh. Fish hat. That would be stinky.
Fish hat.
I don't want a fish hat. That would be stinky. Maybe a fish hat would be, a goat hat. I would be very curious. I would love to have a goat hat. That would be my favorite type of hat. I think I might just Google goat hat after this and get myself a goat hat for Christmas.
Why not? Should be an opportunity.
Bad. It will be a bad ass hat. Oh boy, still in 6th place with my battle coins there, I see. That's going to, I think that'll go up just a little bit. I wonder if there is a command to see all of the rankings, the whole leaderboard there for battle coins. Something I'm going to have to ask about, to be honest.
I think there is one, if you go to the redeem your coin, so you can see where you go to the stream element, you can see the rank where all of the others are. If you go
Interesting.
into the redeems your coin, then you go to leaderboard. You
Hey,
can see
there it
who's
is.
first.
It's in the stream. As discussed, I think we've got a leaderboard here. Well, guess who's number one on the current leaderboard position right now? Just take a wild guess. BFNations with 11,126 battle coins.
Taken
Lamp
about.
in second. Sandisley in third. Puppy, One Mountain in fourth. Senpai Eternal in fifth. And then myself at sixth. Zeus KG with 755 in seventh. Nightbot with number 8. Wow. Amazing. And Vivbot number 9. And then, of course, number 10, II 3291. IA, maybe. So just to give you an idea of our standings, and we have plenty and plenty of people on this leaderboard. Actually, over 4,000. Hopefully soon we'll be saying over 9,000. And
It's over 9,000.
over 9,000. Let's see if we see any epic over 9,000 action today with some mad triples and quad feeds and who knows what kind of kills, maybe some melees and some upsets and comebacks.
Could be awesome, indeed. Like also on this map, the first flag, like it's just the one where you have the hard time to take it. Then after it's just you play, but the first one is just like the one who wins the 1v1 basically get the flag, and that's pretty much it on the first.
Yes, it's a bit you shall not pass. I think with taking Charlie into account, it's nice that unlike in Conquest, you can only capture on the actual bridge. In T8 on Frontlines, you can actually capture underneath the bridge as well. So that capture point is extended to above and below, making for much more dynamic gameplay, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it changed a little bit the fact that you only have to push forward and just take the bridge. So yeah, definitely it's changed the play style of the player. You don't only have to be on top of the bridge; you can also be under it, as also Peng said. So definitely, yeah, it can change the meta, how the player play, and also they can have a better view if they stay up to the bridge, because they can definitely see where the player are coming, and as well if they go down or if they stay up to the bridge and then secured it from there.
Yeah, it's changes. Yeah, these are now we've got some predictions up on oh, I see you're discussing my mistake here. I was looking at the chat. I see that Aviken95, you said you've changed your name. Have you transferred your coins over from your other name? Because you can give those coins to your new name if you like. I've done that as well myself personally, as I have another name on Twitch as well.
He's doubling his XP.
You know what? I could be
glitching.
Infinitely doing it. I could have so many tabs open and be doing it, to be honest. I just don't feel it's something that it would be very cumbersome to do, and I think it wouldn't be easy.
Yeah.
Oh right. Aviken's changed his name on his only account. Interesting. I don't know those technicalities, but that's definitely a question worth asking to find out if anything can be done. I don't know if you've Googled that.
I mean, I think something can be done with that. Like, it's kind of glitching, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. Terms and conditions aside, I was more in the manner of trying to help him recover those 349 points that he had.
Course. It's lost. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. It's like Bitcoin farming, except for battle coins.
Yeah.
Not as intensive.
That's the fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. I mean, if he can just transfer it to his other account by giving them the coins, then yeah, definitely you will definitely do it. It's better for you. Like you farmed it as someone farmed on Destiny or on Ark or other survival.
Sure. I mean, we've got some predictions as well for what's going to happen here, but we'll see what we'll see. Keep an eye on our votes, on our bets, and and other people's bets. That's always going to help on what might be coming up, based on current standings and experience. I don't see any bets as of yet right now.
Oh, someone is saying something that I like on the chat. Like escaping me with the sentiment right there. Rocking some Battlefield 3 on my Xbox One. Such old school fun.
Old school. Well then, yeah. I mean, if Battlefield 3 is old school, I wonder what that makes Battlefield 1945. Does that make it like
Prehistoric.
ancient, prehistoric?
Yeah.
I would put that. Well, it was from the last generation cycle, so I would say it does count in the realm of tech as old school, I guess. Yeah, definitely. Nice to know. It's nice to be able to play it on Xbox One as well. I did a lot of that until obviously Battlefield 4 came out, and that was an interesting. It was an interesting game, let's say, in a lot of
Yeah.
respects, technically and in terms of mechanics. But it's come a long way in terms of a lot of different changes from when it started to now. Hello, Puppy One Mountain. How are you doing in our top 10 Battle Coins leaderboard member? Where are your bets going to be going this evening?
We'll probably see where it put his bet. I don't know if we should follow him. Should we? Like, if it bet on some team, should we just go ahead with it?
I don't know. I'm not going to give betting advice other than general guidance. In my opinion, if you are not confident and not really familiar with the teams, just wait a little bit. That's why we put a 20-minute time limit. Wait a little bit, have a look at the way the gameplay is going, and then, put a bet on.
Yeah, as well.
Yes, of course, definitely. So I think we should be starting shortly. I hope, because we are now 10 past 5 GMT time, and normally we'd be up and running by now.
But yeah, there's like 4 player in total. No, now 2 player left. Both team. Yeah, 8-7. So 2 players still left. Now
Yeah,
1, and
you're
we
right,
will
Puppy.
be
That is what I'm gonna do. I might be cheeky and bet 100 today. We'll see.
100. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't change anything to bet 100 and nobody bet on the other team. That's the thing.
Just to get the hype going,
The hype 100. Let's go.
That's it.
I mean, I could do it too. Why not? Let's see. If the match is really tough, then I will probably go with that. Chaos already going for the fifth dimension. Sorry.
5D, yeah, and GUAR today. So 10 battle coins, man. Baller. You're a baller, man. You've got that big battle coin money.
Yeah, yes, 1,000.
He's already got the frontline pack, hasn't he? So
I don't
he's
know.
already got the mug. He's
I know
definitely
that.
got the
Yeah,
T-shirt.
he got the mic, got the T-shirt.
We need to get him a mouse pad now as well. Just everything BFN tattoo, BFN house, BFN car, BFN energy drink. And we can't catch you drinking anything but BFN energy drink, or you lose your job.
Should be cool.
BFN noodles, BFN bread,
BFN camo.
Yeah, BFN camo, man. Everything.
Should be nice.
You'd be a walking billboard.
Oh yeah. Like, it should be nice to just see a camo coming out on Battlefield 1 with that. Like a black camo on all of the weapon with the BFN on white.
Yeah, that could definitely be something. We need to talk to DICE about that and get that done. Get her done.
Yep. Dot tag.
Here we go, folks. Loading screen is up. We're going to be coming your way. Some Argon action. Division 2, Round 9. GUARDsWAR, 5th Dimension. GUARDsWAR in 4th place. 5th Dimension, as King mentioned, in 5th place.
Woohoo! And that's not only of their name. It's because they are in the 5th place.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We don't just put you in. We can't just have you writing number 1 for your teammate. We'll just go, you know what? You get the number 1 spot on the leaderboard there in the standings. That'd be too easy, bro.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I'm It's very common. It's a good name. It's a good name. We're just waiting here on everybody to shuffle around.
Switch side and
That's
get
a bit
in
of
your right team. Yeah.
Latencies, as you can see, are pretty similar, and that's why we're using the EU server.
And pretty high.
You know, of course, they're quite high, but they're quite similar as well. So that's the main thing. As long as we can get a balance, get this as fair as possible. So
Yeah.
we may be doing a server switch between rounds, but we may just stick to the EU server. We'll let you know, obviously, before round 1 ends here on Argon.
Exactly. So much starting in some seconds. Just one needed switch. Yeah, some of them haven't switched sides. Some of them doesn't have the right name tag as well. As
Thank
you can
you
see.
for the hosting, Light 1978. Thank you for hosting us.
What do you say, Chaos? Yeah, sure. But
Yeah,
okay.
Tags are no longer in the rules, for those of you that might be wondering.
This thing is that we don't know where they are playing with.
So, Divine Light, Smoke a Lotopus, names that you might be recognizing as well from the GUARDsWAR. We've got Magic Skills as well on the 5D team. Everything's switching now.
Yeah,
Let's get this. Everything is changing. I think we'll see Smoke a Lotopus in the light tank on most matches. Interesting to see what he's going to be running here on Argon.
Okay, some of them apparently have already spawned in the GUAR.
GUAR has spawned in, that's correct.
But apparently the 5D just waiting for the...
Oh, now, and then they've killed themselves.
18,
Okay,
yeah.
this is, yeah.
They're just waiting for the 18 clock. So yeah, 30 seconds left before everybody spawn, apparently. And hopefully we'll see a tough match there, because both of the team are near to them into the classment.
Smoke a Lotopotamus. I would prefer to smoke a lot of puss.
Such a beautiful joke.
Appropriate as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't discriminate here. I love how there's planes flying over Argon, but there are no planes on Argon. It really frustrates me as a big pilot fan. I would love to bomb people on Argon and just light them up and destroy all the trees. The forest would be gone in 5 minutes. Amazing.
Apparently, we will wait till 17 o'clock now. Like they tried to spawn, but some of them didn't. Taking coffee.
Yeah, we're sorry about this. We need to make sure that it's done right, okay? And we have the right. Everyone spawns in at an appropriate time. We don't want this to be middle of, any moment.
Yeah. So everybody.
Okay.
Finally.
All right then. Well, I guess we're spawning then. Okay, so we're off starting at Charlie here.
So apparently the GUARDsWAR managed to go there first. Some of them spawned before. And as you can see at the moment, nobody is of the 5D is on the flag. The madman here is doing a great job holding this position. Everybody under the bridge, nobody above it. And they are now trying to flank them to try to clear them out from the flag here.
Smoke a Lotopotamus with the Hellride kill over there. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly now. Magic skills with some magic kills right there.
Charlie almost secured by the GUAR here. Only a few seconds left before they got the first point, which is a great thing for them.
Great job there. First point going to GUAR.
Exactly. So first point for them, and they are now moving forward to the Delta flag.
I will have to remember to always bet 10.
Ready?
Coins. There we go. So, We've got some other bets as well from folks in the chat right now. We're waiting for the next point to unlock, about 20 seconds. This point has a lot of head glitches, a lot of little cheeky places where you can prone out and hide if you need to survive and you're acting as a spawn point. With the flag being at the very top of that teeny hill, there's a lot of flanking routes along the sides. I find this to be one of the more difficult flags to defend and easier to actually attack. Especially considering that from attacking positions, you can get a vertical view above looking down onto the point. While you're defending, though, you have to be looking up, which already gives you more difficult to kill the people on a head glitch.
Yeah, indeed. And apparently, I think that we have a sniper in the GUAR team, right? We are seeing some kill there. It is the All-Caser. All-Caser guy.
Yeah, we can switch over to first person and take a look at some of those scout kills. We're seeing some AT rockets, definitely some headshots, Hell Rigels, seeing some medic silts, that as well. Magic skills with a magic death there, and he's disappeared like Houdini into the deploy screen. He's a magician.
Yep. And as you can see, the Alexa is playing with the Assembly Sharpshooter, which is probably one of the best sniper in the game at the moment because of his 10 bullet into the load. Marksman? Alright, Marksman, my bad. So, best sniper in the game? Probably. And GUAR managed to get
another point as well. Yeah, that's a second point for GUAR, moving over to the next capture point, and they've got an opportunity to get to MCOMs very quickly right now. They're not wasting any time, just pushing in, marking for revive as well. Very good. Preventing revive for the other team. Oh my gosh, GUAR 5v1, and an AT rocket coming in for a nice grouping there. Probably got a little bit of damage on everybody. They're still going to push. Hopefully they're going to use a bit of bandages before they actually get on the point. 5D already there, going for the cap. They've got a better defensive position, I think, than GUAR, and they're above them as well. They're all funneling in right now. GUAR just pushing straight to one position, trying to get a concentrated force. And it's worked with a nice little flank coming up as well from behind and meeting that grouping for a small pincer move. This is excellent play by them right now. Excellent.
Yeah, they've made a great job by pushing them from the front, flanking on the left a little bit. And as you can see now, none of the 5D players are on the flag. They are all being pushed back to their spawn. They really need to push forward if they want to at least do 1 point here. But at the moment, it's not smelling really good for them.
Yeah, GUAR with a lot of confidence and really sticking to their plan and going exactly where they need to and doing what they need to and having that offensive strength, it looks like. 5D is a lot more broken up right now, and they're not going to be able to individually take on all these opponents because they're going to be overwhelmed. They need to group together, I think, and push in at least a squad of 3, and then the other 2 going on a flank. And then what's left splitting up and trying to pincer a bit, because GUARDsWAR has really set up a good guard here.
By the way,
moved on now, 3rd point, and we're going to MCOM. Sorry, go ahead, King.
Yeah, I was going to get. So I just said I don't know if the Saber is able to use it. Is it?
I believe that the Saber does count as a DLC weapon. If there have been any infractions, the teams need to make sure that they record that. But
it's not banned, so okay. So yeah, but basically that's because the GW has
GUARDsWAR here, GUARDsWAR.
The Saber.
We've got to remember that GW is actually Division 1 team, Guerrilla Warfare, so we've got to make that distinction with GUARDsWAR being GUAR. So we're just going to have a quick review to get confirmation on that Saber. I believe that it is actually going to be allowed. Yeah, so yeah, the only all-class restrictions are Obras and Nagant Revolver, so that's great. Saber is allowed, so that's an advantageous melee weapon considering it is unique in the class of melee weapons, and it is apparently considered the best out of all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 5D's got to defend, and they've got to defend hard if they want to push back now because GUAR's ahead by 3 points, and this is not going to be easy. A lot of flanking routes here. You can go from the sides and the middle and have good cover going to the middle. Let's see if they get everybody watching the tunnel. We've already got a plant on Alpha. This is progressing much quicker than I thought it would. I thought 5D would have a better chance defending here than did on the other points. MCOMs tend to be the strongest and easiest to defend. I don't know. Alpha is a very good point to plant first, being in the corner, so you have a lot of cover. And then Otters is a little bit more difficult, but we've already got 2 MCOMs armed right now. I don't think 5D is going to be able to get all their team organized to push against this attack.
Yeah, like nobody's left there. The MCOMs are at the mercy of the GUAR. First one has been destroyed, so 2 point for the GW here, and I think it will be destroyed. It will be destroyed in a few, like some seconds before they get the 3+ point to destroy both of them.
This is going to end in 8-0 unless 5D can get down there, and I don't see that happening. And it is 8-0 on the first round on Argon. I'm going to take some consultation from Chaos. I don't believe we'll be switching servers, so we'll be right back in a few moments, in the almost a blink of an eye. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard there. In terms of kills and deaths on both sides. Our best squad here, GUAR, running a 3-man. Beautiful pose there in the forests.
With the bar, the beauty bar.
That's right.
Didn't.
Yeah. Well, you can see right there, GUAR with exceptional positive KD for every single player on their team. We can't say the same for 5D in some respects, but overall you can see a much stronger offensive KD survival strength on the GUAR side. You can also look at the scores there as well. Overall, a much better performance in the numbers as well.
Exactly. Like they've done a great job there, pushing straight away and just clearing the whole area in one way. Like it was very one-ended. So yeah, as you could see, GUAR just managed to push through it and clear them all out.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job. We've got some bets going. We are going to be switching servers now. Excuse me. So this may take a minute or two, giving you a chance to look at how many battle coins you have, and planning how many you're going to get out of this match, because the betting is over. Have a look through the chat, try and get a good idea, maybe. We've got C2090 Don saying that you guys are awesome. Yep. I am actually with the king on commentary today, and not Syrup. I do believe Syrup will be commentating. I'm not sure if with me, to be honest. I only got home this evening not too long ago.
Will be commented.
What's up, Odyssey? Match. How you doing? 86. Is that how young you are? I'm not even going to inquire. You never ask a lady how old she is.
Why?
So, that's one of those things. It's a philosophy in politics and society, which something we don't tend to discuss during our streams, as that's a rabbit hole. But yeah, I do know it's one of those questions. Why? Well, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Like
patriarchy. It's the patriarchy. Anyway. Hey, man, good stuff. I'm 30, so I'm a little baby, aren't I?
No problems, C209.
No worry, C2090 Don. And the shark, sipping on some scissor, will be with us. I can tell you exactly when he's going to be commentating according to our schedule. If you want to tune in and you're a fan of sipping on some slizzer, anybody getting the hip-hop reference there, and I'm going to use that one to death. I'm going to beat it to death, so don't get tired of it just yet.
So yeah, I think we'll be commenting, the 21 GMT match. So the last one that you will see tonight, we will have 3 matches. So this one, 5th Dimension against GUARs, and then the second one at 19 GMT. And finally, the third one at 21 with Mr. Syrup.
Yes, and tomorrow at 5 GMT, we've got Puppy 1 Mountain and Syrup on the Division 2 Round 9 of Act of Valor versus Back to Hell. I'll be back with you tomorrow at 19 GMT for our Division 1 Round 8 Rumble Tumble with L110 versus Venom, and it's going to be myself with Puppy One Mountain. So that's a big match coming up there. There's also Division 1 matches after this today as well, like King mentioned.
Yep, indeed. So I got the team that we gonna see playing the 2 match today. So we will see the Finnish Babala Heroes and the DeFi eSport for the second match. And for the third one, we will be seeing Venom against the Tribe E Gaming. So quite a good match that we're gonna see in the end, like the best to the end. And yeah, definitely to know who is going to take the advantage into the final of Division 1.
I see the Don there, C2090 Don, is referring to the All-Star from the Lone Star, right? He knows what I mean, for those of you not in the loop. I don't know. If you want to know, maybe Google what the Lone Star means, but he knows what's up.
So yeah, I don't know how many times they need to go back to the server. I don't know if they are nearly to join all of them the server and switch side and etc. etc.
We're only waiting on 2 players at this point, so it's not going to take too long, folks. We'll be with you very shortly. Looking at those bullets drop in the background, I could never get tired of that. I wish I had a wallpaper in my house where it was just those bullets dropping constantly. Imagine how cool that would be, like an OLED wallpaper. Sick.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the shotgun mission, man.
The shotgun.
300. It's only 300. It's only here for a few more days.
That's okay.
I'm almost close as well, and I don't think that machete's only going to be available through this mission. A lot of content isn't actually exclusive, except for the dog tags. But we'll see. They might not make it available through any other means. We'll see. We'll see. I think it depends a lot on how the community is going to respond as well.
And by the way, like I've seen, I've unlocked it, and it does cut wood and barbed wire, so it is like a chat. So
Yeah, that's
pretty
good.
nice.
That is good. Yeah, it's nice to have that versatility from a tool. Some people tend to think it doesn't really matter what your melee pick can damage, but I personally think
it
it's
does.
very important. Very important.
Yeah.
If you can clear some barbed wire, it can make some nice routes through maps. Yeah, we'll see about the next one. I mean, Battlefield 2018 might be modern times. Some people are speculating on a Bad Company 3. Personally, I wouldn't be averse to a Battlefield 2143, because Battlefield 2142 was an awesome game with the mechs and the Titan, the Attack the Titans and that. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. Might be World War II. We actually have a poll going on where we think the next setting should be for the next Battlefield game. I can get you a link to that poll now, I believe, and you can vote. There are no battle coins involved in that vote, unfortunately.
Like imagine if you get it right, then you get 1,000 battle coins.
9,000 battle coins.
9,000. No. Battlefield 3. What would that be? What era?
Well, I
like
think it's BF3. Yeah. Well,
yeah. If they remastered it, then I'm fine with it.
We've already had a Battlefield Vietnam, so I don't know if they're going to go back to that. It's going to be interesting. I think Incursions might be the gap, kind of to extend into competitive, and we might see a Bad Company. I don't know. They have heavily invested in campaign in Battlefield 1, so I think they're going to want to try and keep using those tools and assets towards more campaign-based games, and I think Bad Company 3 would be a great way forward to use those tools and assets, but as far as I'm aware, there have been some rumors that they just couldn't get the story right, and they didn't want to publish something that wasn't within that excellent caliber of storytelling that we had in Bad Company.
Yeah, the story was just amazing. It was funny as hell, and just probably one of the best stories with the Battlefield 3 also campaign that I liked, to be honest. Was probably one of my favorites. But in terms of fun, yeah, definitely Bad Company 2 was very fun campaign about the joke that we're making when you were into the war. Like, that was pretty tough.
Yeah, I think Bad Company 1 was a much better story than Bad Company 2. Although I don't think it was a poor story in Bad Company 2. It was just different. And I think that Bad Company 1 laid the grounds for maybe a bit more shenanigans in Bad Company 2, as we've already established what everybody in the Bad Company squad character was like.
Exactly. And now we are waiting for the team to change side, right? Like they are all there. The round to restart. Okay, so the round is restarting and we will get into the match in a few seconds. Finally, players are in the game. They managed to switch server, so now we are in a US server, right? Okay, good to know. So the ping will be probably a little bit less than we had in the previous match. So probably around 80 and yeah, less for 5D and more for GUARDsWAR, obviously. As you can see now.
Let's see what actually happens with this latency, if it's going to have a big impact on the outcome of the game. And as well, the side switching may have a big impact additionally. I'm putting my money on GUAR. Personally, I think their movement, their tactics, their ability to stay focused and aggressive was what won them this. And let's see if they can continue with that trend, especially looking at those kill-death ratios and just having a very focused mindset and understanding the importance of surviving.
So round starting in 7 seconds. Really close to the beginning and probably the end as well of this match. We'll see who wins and we'll see who loses.
Yeah, we're all here for the wins and losses. Okay, and as you can see here, we've got the link for the poll. I was mentioning before, thank you to ChaosZake, excellent for providing that, so we can vote on the next battlefield setting. It's a great poll. We're starting on the match, so we're going to pivot back to that now, and we will feel free to click that link and vote on the poll and see, interestingly, what people think is going to happen. Ohio's finest making swift kills here right at Charles, finding a good position where you can shift left, right, and having good cover with that grenade's coming in. Oh, and he survived with 19 health. Oh, he's thrown a grenade back in rebuttal. Let's see if that gets him anything. No success on the grenade. We've got a team kill with a grenade here for GUAR. Not a great start.
No, indeed, not at all. But yeah, as you can see, Charlie is more contested than it was in the previous matches. Now, Bulldog with the sniper here, using the shield, which is a weird choice, we'll say. I mean, I never use it, because basically when you pop up your head into it, it is just a free headshot to me. But whatsoever.
Nothing in life is free, my friend, except for death and taxes, and neither of those are cheap. Trust me, funerals aren't, and nor are taxes, but you will be getting both. Well... taxes, unfortunately. Now, looking at Anonymous Exile saying that it's a bit boring now, 1,000+ hours in the game. Once you master one game, you mastered 3 of the options. I would say to some extent that is definitely true. And Don, we will, Chaos, we are going to make sure that the devs get their hands on that poll. They're always looking for feedback. Now, how big of an effect that's going to have on the development of the current game, I don't know if they've already decided on the setting, but it might be something they'll consider going into the future.
So Bulldog aiming at the medic, getting a beautiful headshot here with the SMLE. Now, as you can see, Caravan,
thank you. And he's got the bayonet on it as well, which is interesting. You don't see that very often. And we've got a point for GUARDsWAR. Sorry, 5D. My mistake. 5D. And, moving back to the next point now, trying to capture it. GUARDsWAR doing a good job defensively, though.
Yeah, exactly. So finally we had the first point of the fifth dimension. So apparently the ping and the latency is doing a big difference for them.
Maybe. We don't know because there's more than one factor, obviously. The latency is one of it, but the other factor is that they've switched sides as well, so the map plays differently from that side. So it could be a factor of both. Let's just see if GUARDsWAR is as good defensively as they are offensively. Not an easy task on this point from them, in my opinion. They're already getting flanked, and it doesn't look like very many of them are aware that 3 are coming up from them, from their right-hand side from where the camera is now. Okay, they've dealt with some of those flankers. They've got 2 more to actually deal with, 1 in cover there. They are tight on the point, though, and they are sticking close behind cover and looking at most angles, and they might do a good job here and bring it back. That momentum going back to Charles for them is going to be very, very important right now. They do not want to lose this point, because if they do, I really think they're going to struggle.
So Delta apparently is getting to the end of the GUARDs. As you can see, they are doing a very well defense here. They managed to hold them back for a moment, but right now, 5D is taking the advantage, clearing them all out, and as you can see, it's turning blue.
Oh, TugZy with a vote for Vietnam. Look, man, I actually will admit, shamefully, I'd never played BF Vietnam. I've played most of the franchise all the way back to the first one, 1942 and 2002, I believe. Yeah, 2002. So, yeah, I would love to see Vietnam come back. Awesome setting. And then, yeah, we'll get to see the results of the poll as well. 5D looking for that draw. The Don is saying he's looking for that draw. Yeah, and then TugZy saying, if not, now I'm back to Modern Combat. Yeah, man, I've got high hopes that the franchise does good things, and that you know, they continue to iterate on what they've got and get good netcode and get what the community want. But they seem quite responsive, especially with incursions coming as well, to set up a nice competitive platform for us. But GUARDsWAR doing a great job, like you said, King, man. The positioning was beautiful, looking down from that tabletop view just a moment ago.
Exactly, now they are finally taking back the last second of this flag, moving forward to Charlie, and they will get the 9th spawn here. So we are in the 9 against 1 for
9 against 1, that's right. Yeah,
for the GUARDsWAR.
GUAR in the lead, and they did an excellent job there on defense. I think that defense, after losing a point initially, is something very difficult to overcome, and if you can, that's a sign of really great strength and organization from a team. You know, regrouping and adapting to the situation. Let's see if they can move on to Charles and start getting towards those NCOMs, or let's see if 5D's previous plan works just as well in them setting up prior, or if GUARDsWAR's kind of, you know, learned what their little tricks are.
And yeah, 5D already on top of the bridge. Some of them are right there looking forward to the opponent team to see where they are going, if they are flanking them or if they're just rushing them to the front. As you can see, they managed to clear out 1 player here. Charlie is turning blue, some of it. And now they are back into the position where they were first.
Yeah, with 5D, with that fat stack at the end of the bridge where they had a big grouping, I'm not sure if that's the case at the moment since we're in first person. I think they've split the team up more. But that fat grouping at the back of the bridge is going to help them a lot. They've got a lot of cover, and they can look out over the different points. And then if they see that people are going under the bridge, they can just send someone down there to check it out, or have the guys that are down there positioned. So I think that's really going to help for them. It's all about sightlines as well on this game. It's very important, you know, to always be thinking. It's something that we do second nature. People that have played this game a long time, considering about their movement and, you know, are they in cover? Are they out of cover? It's almost subconscious.
Charlie turning red now. As you can see, like, the flag is going down to the red side. Like, more of the GUAR, sorry, team is on the flag. And now some of the 5th dimension player are getting wiped off.
Oh my god, Magic kills with a double with a headshot and a bit of a teabag at the end there under the bridge. Look at that.
Yeah, he almost managed to get the 4th one, but unfortunately he didn't.
He had the little potato chip dip right there. I have to say that this has been a great match. And looking at the kill feed, 5D getting 4 right now. It's a crazy battle going down at Charles right now.
Ooh, the impact grenade doing a double by Magic. What a magician it is. It's awesome.
A lot of back and forth, GUARDsWAR with the slight advantage right now. You know, and another important thing in this game is always move with purpose. Yeah, always move with purpose and some goal in mind, because sometimes when you're playing in matches, you know,
Impact grenade. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
10-1 now, with GUAR moving over to the next point at Butters. We did have a kill in the kill feed, and we're going to see if that was a violation with Impact Grenade. It's not as up to us as commentators to enforce these things. We are just observers. For those of you unaware, it is down to the team to record and provide evidence of the infraction. But we believe that an Impact Grenade was used. We can find out post-game, maybe, and what how that's going to be dealt with.
I think like the symbol of the grenade was kind of the impact grenade, so I think it was definitely an impact grenade. I don't think it was like a next.
Review easily enough and look into through the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have copies of that. But now over to the Hunter's Cabin at Butters. One of my favorite points on this map personally, because it's one of the only ones with very destructible environments, that cabin. Roof as well that you can get onto. It's not difficult, but it doesn't usually stay up. If you're up there on that roof, it usually gets AT rocketed quite quickly. We can already see one corner of the building is destroyed.
Yeah, corner has been destroyed. The house need to be taken down, so the 5D will have a better view to basically of their objective and probably clear out the GUAR here, because at the moment they are taking advantage, flanking them, going behind them, taking the spawn. So they're not in a good position at the moment. As you can see, only Rat Pack Boy from the 5D is on the flag alone, trying to get his mate on him, but unfortunately he has been killed, and now Bravo is in the hand of GUAR.
Yeah, and GUAR using that smoke effectively. I believe it was from then, with 3 medics moving in during the flank, so if they were down, they could revive each other and have spawn points. Got to expect the unexpected, and that was a great move by GUAR, kind of catching Fifth Dimension slightly off guard there. No pun intended.
And Bravo still into the end of GUAR, managed to just, like, they are holding them to their spawn. They can't even go forward and at least kill one guy. Bulldog managed to get one, but he has been killed instantly after it, sorry.
Envy with the grenade toss there. It looks like GUAR is going to take this, and 5D is going to try and hold back and prevent those precious, that precious last point at Apples from being captured and getting the MCOMs open for annihilation. 11-1 now. GUAR in a massive lead. I believe round 2 is going to go to them as well, and the whole match, because at this point, with the time left and how long it takes to open and close points, I think it's actually a mathematical impossibility for 5D to win.
Yeah, probably, because like they have 9 minutes left and they need to push all the way through the MCOM of the enemy, and it's quite impossible, as you said. They won't have the time to secure the flag. Also, even if the enemy manages just to hold it a little bit more than expected, like right there, for example, Alpha is on the end of the 5D at the moment, but some of the GUAR are getting into the bunker, trying to kill them all in between them.
Yeah,
I don't see anybody flanking, by the way, which is weird. Oh, finally they are doing it.
Yeah, I mean, this is another favorite point of mine. Destructible environments within the buildings, not on the outside, as they are bunkers. So it can be very fun to play and very fun to watch, because you can get some mad multis in here. Definitely, especially when those walls come down like they just did. The multi-kills could just start racking up.
Yeah, and with a team kill as well.
Oh, boom, look at that. AT rocket. Yes, and another team kill with another grenade for GUAR. That's the second time now. I think they can afford that at this point, but funny that it was another grenade. And that's quite common with grenades, because, you know, you can call a grenade going out and someone could be flanking and they get hit by it. I do believe I just saw an impact grenade. I do believe I just saw an impact grenade being thrown into the bunker. So that is a bit more, I believe, evidence to cross-reference.
Yeah.
I didn't kill anyone. I don't know if I even hurt anyone, but I do think
No,
they're
no,
just
no.
throwing in through the door.
Exactly. And by the way, could just have thrown some grenade into the bomb next into the bunker and basically clear the whole enemy team out. Like this bunker is just a trap where you don't
It's a
need to
trap!
be. Yeah, exactly. It's a trap. You don't need to be there when the enemy is throwing a grenade. Like that's not the best option that you have to do.
Yeah, and 5D actually doing a good job on the defense there, getting 2 points now, and we're moving back to Butters with the Hunter's Cabin. Only 7 minutes left at this point. But you're right, if you get a team of 8 positioned properly, and the rest of the team's inside of a premises, and you all spam your 1 grenade in at the right angles at the right time, you could just wipe.
Yeah, with those beautiful...
The dream.
The dream.
They would be teabags all around then.
Yeah, that's a tactic as well. If you didn't know, teabagging the enemy.
Yeah, psychological warfare, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. When you shoot him and you teabag him at the same moment, the enemy is like, "What is that?"
Was ist das?
The deep potato chip tactic. Whoa,
It made me
amazing.
want potato chips. I just got some at the petrol station not too long ago, so I can't wait to munch on those in a minute after this. And we're back on Hunter's Cabin again, as I mentioned previously. It looks like GUARDsWAR is doing as their name intends. They are guarding very well, and 5D being pushed back to apples. So I hope they like them apples. Okay, jokes inbound. And look at that, 28 and 12 from Rat Pack Boy. Beautiful, 26 and 12, 25 and 12.
Ooh.
2.0 KDs and higher on the.
He's doing an awesome.
Yeah, brilliant performance. It'd be nice to see that leaderboard again after the match to see how those KDs stack up and to keep that trend going of positive KDs. Though latency not seeming to make a huge difference, nor the side switch for 5D. Oh, wow, look at that back rage by Death Punch right there. Getting loads of bullets in a GUARDsWAR player's back. I don't know who that was. And triple, quad, 4 kills from 5D in the kill feed. So it looks like Apples is a strong point for defense for them. No surprise, considering its layout and all the cover they get.
Yeah, exactly. And as you can see now, the GUAR managed to take the bunker, but I don't think they secured it by destroying the bomb in there. We will see that in a few. If someone throw a grenade and we see a big explosion, then we will have the confirmation that they didn't.
Okay, it looks like... Yeah, a lot of smoke going out. Ooh, big grouping there and a grenade coming in the middle. That was a dangerous moment.
Yeah.
That could have been a beautiful multi. More smoke grenades going in now. GUAR doing a better job than they were doing before with their positioning and capturing the point. 4 minutes 30 left right now. I don't know if 5D is attempting to get in or if they really just trying to get enough bodies on the point to prevent the cap. Oh, and we've got to push in now from Smoke-a-Lotopotamus. Oh, when it gets taken down, the rest of the team should have joined him. And it looks like they have. They've got a few more kills. 5D had a great opportunity there to make a strong push. I think they should have all just risked it and made a push in at this point. You know, they don't... With 2 and 12, they should really just be going for kills.
Yeah, exactly. And as you have seen, like the bomb has been cleared. Some of them still left into some of the corners, but they are not as dangerous as the previous ones. So it is good. They managed to clear it out before the big explosion and before the mistake, if we can say. As you can see now, the GUAR is flanking from behind, so it will be the reverse tactic that will appear right there. 5D against GUAR.
Oh, and some grenades coming in through the door right there. And Rat Pack Boy with his high KD. Throwing those grenades on the bounce off the wall, always a good tactic. Much better trend of the KD on 5D this time than we had in the last match. I wouldn't mind seeing that leaderboard for 1 more second. And... Yeah, yes, and same trend looking like positive KDs except for 1 on GUAR's side. But yeah, I think they've got the point now. Yeah, latency is
500.
huge for
It's
GUAR.
insane.
That can play in their favor as well. I think that 5D has captured the point now, taking them up to 3-12 and back to the Hunter's cabin, which is still ironically standing at this point. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I hope he's got insurance on his cabin because he's not going to be happy when he comes back home. Or she, or whomever.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that some of the players of GWAR are playing into the moon, so that's why the latency is so high.
Yeah, they are there. Oh boy, look at this back rage! An opportunity here from Death Punch. He must be so excited. He wishes he was. Yeah, he wishes he was One Punch Man right there instead of Death Punch Baby. Just ran through everybody, making, just calming down, getting some heals, and running back over to Hunter's cabin. Yeah, and headshot through the smoke, as Chaos mentioned, is beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, at least he got one kill into those 3 people.
And that's it. That's the thing that I think is mentioned quite a few times, that this is game and Battlefield 1 is not like the others in the franchise where you could run into a room of 5 people and just wipe them out. It's much more difficult with TTK and DPS in this game to actually get those multis, and you have to be a lot more skilled, in my opinion, or lucky.
Indeed.
Unless you're running a Flame Trooper kit, which is amazing on this map on Conquest. Getting that Flame Trooper and going into Butters is just one of my favorite things to do on this map. Just burn it all.
Yeah, like the friend.
Oh, look at that wall ride slide there on Envy when dealing with that swiftly.
The different thrower is just like the beast when you're talking about corners and close quarter combats. Not as much as the Villar Perosa, probably, but still not eccentric to use.
Yeah, Villar Perosa is OP as hell, but that's the point of an elite class, and that's why they only spawn quite rarely. Unless you're playing, I believe, Frontlines, they can spawn in 5 different ones, or is it Operations now? I think Operations that get them on Verdun Heights.
Exactly, Verdun Heights for Devo as well.
That's right, yeah. And 5D doing a great job here on capturing the Hunter's cabin, giving them a 4th point, hopefully. In these last 40 seconds, they need to hold it down. They're probably about 10-15 seconds away from the cap. They can't get any other bodies on there from the other team, or they're not going to get the point. Oh, great hip fire. Is he going to manage the second engagement as well? 3rd, 4th, and it didn't happen. But a great performance from his fellow teammates supporting him there and getting those kills. And yeah, 5D getting a 4th point now, bringing the total from 4 to 12. And Charlie will not open with 13 seconds left. This match is going to finish in GUARDsWAR's favor with 12 points versus 4. That's going to take them up on the standings now into, I believe, 3rd position. Just need to confirm that with our producer and streamer and all-around legend ChaosZake.
So it's saying that it is a draw, but obviously, as you all know, it isn't, because the GUAR managed to strike them all. And
we're not using
the first one.
We're not using, obviously, the point system here. We're using our own point system for competitive. So if this were a conventional game of Frontlines and the one-man army right there, we've got
yeah, exactly.
OT at it. Right at it. Sorry, I'm old and I can't read. You know, looking at the KD ratios, very strong KDs from some of our players. Good performance from GUAR, and a lot of positive KD ratios around. Very important. Smoke a lot of Potamus. Maybe, just making it on the KDs, and you got Envy maybe not making it so much on the KDs, but not a huge difference, to be honest, in this round 2 on Argon. A much better performance from 5D as well, and phenomenal performance, I think, from GUARDsWAR over on Delta, and pushing that momentum back to Charlie, and then the Bravo Alpha, butters apples, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So... Don got his draw.
Imagine. Bro, yes. I finally managed. The draw is real. So as you can see,
is real.
Yeah. So as you can see, the GUAR managed to win the match with 85% of the vote, and 90% of the total pot. So we will have like probably 1 or 2 coins for the ones that bet right.
You know what? I will tell you exactly right now because I currently have 876, and previously I had 865. Yeah, so I actually got 2 extra coins there. Well, I bet 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think about 2 coins, like you said. It's great bringing me back to closer to my Frontlines pack, and hopefully you guys closer as well. Had you placed your bets? We've got a match coming up for you very shortly,
Exactly.
in about 1 hour.
Yeah.
Um,
Indeed.
yeah, so that's going to be excellent. I'm not sure. Are we going to have a
It is
post game interview right now? No interviews. And 19 GMT, we're going to be looking at Division 1, Round 9, Finnish Pebble Heroes versus DeFi Esports. King's going to be back with you, along with Streak, if I'm not mistaken. That is the updated. Yeah, perfect. I think we
Exactly.
mentioned Syrup before, but you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to hear on Sipping on Some Scissor. Don, he's going to be commentating at tomorrow, Sunday, Division 2 at 5 GMT with Puppy One Mountain. Okay. And then at 21 GMT, we've got Division 1 Round 9, Venom and Tribe E Gaming. And we've got Mind Flexor and Streak commentating. So thank you for tuning in. Sorry, Chaos? Sorry? New commentator, Mind Flexor. Yeah, I was going to say I haven't seen him commentate, so that's going to be interesting. I believe Mind Flexor is US-based, if I'm not mistaken.
He was playing, I think. He was playing, I think. I'm not pretty sure.
Yeah,
He was
so
playing with the fifth dimension.
yeah, so interesting stuff. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Get yourself a cup of tea or something nice and warm this winter, and come back and see us in about an hour. And we're gonna move on with this BFNations T8 tournament. Thank you again for everybody tuning in. Thank you, King and
Thank you.
ChaosZake. Anything from you, King, before we go?
Probably not. Like we just seen a great match. So yeah, definitely stay tuned on BF Nation because we'll be back in an hour.
All right, awesome. Thanks you very much, everybody. Take care. See you soon.